Cherry here, and welcome back to my channel. Don't Starve is not a game I think needs any introduction. It's been out for over a decade, and it's one of the few good procedurally generated survival games that came out in the 2010s. And I know for a fact that you've seen it because its art style is iconic. Look at this! Look at how cool this is! I could eat this for days. I will not starve on Don't Starve's art style. And since I recently got back into the series, I decided to put my Fursona in the game. I do a lot of these sorts of character design and character redesign stuff on this channel, so if you like that stuff, you should consider subscribing. I also decided to stick my Fursona in this game so I could study its art style, because it's very pretty, but it's also like the direct opposite of my own style. Like, I like really thick, chunky, angular line art. This game doesn't have line art at all. It just has like thin, sketchy, quote-unquote line art. I do definitely do cartoony proportions, but they have basically chibi proportions. The heads are massive, and in-game, the heads are just bigger than the body entirely. And I've never done that before, not successfully. I also like bright, saturated colors, whereas Don't Starve uses very desaturated colors, and a lot of blacks and grays and whites. Characters specifically are likely to have very few colors on them, and are most likely to have red, which is a color I hate and avoid using altogether. There's so many things about Don't Starve that's just a direct opposite of the style that I've gotten used to drawing in, and I thought it would be a fun change of pace to try to learn how to imitate that style. So yeah, getting used to drawing in the Don't Starve style is certainly an experience. I should also mention some of the assets I'm using here, because I sort of grabbed a bunch of stuff and figured out how I wanted this rough sheet to look, and then went, oh wait, hold on, I need to record this for a video because this is gonna be cool. I grabbed the frame here for the portrait and the texture and like the text font that I'm gonna be using in a bit from a thread on the Clay forums, which Clay still has forums. I didn't know forums still existed. I miss them so much. Tangent over. The thread was about imitating the Don't Starve Together style for mods and stuff. I forgot to grab the link, so I can't like post it anywhere, but I found it really easy. Shouldn't be that hard to find through a Google search. Anyways, about this character, my Fursona's name is Cherry, but I decided to name this character Where Cherry to stick with like the W theme of all of the Don't Starve playable characters, and also for some like gameplay stuff that I'll explain in a second. Where Cherry was once a normal human living the pre-transition trans guy life. This is very obviously a self-insert. But he ended up stumbling into a bunch of shadows that offered him his quote-unquote ideal body, and he went, can't be that much worse than the US healthcare system, right? So he went with it, and he got turned into a furry. Let's go. He's now a hound / reverse werewolf type thing. And I came up with some, like, in-game mechanics for him. They're probably, I don't know if they're on screen yet or not. I record these audios entirely separately from the video itself. For one, I get eye strain migraines, and I decided to implement that into the game by having Where Cherry lose sanity in the day unless he's wearing his tinted lenses. Those are those round bluish glasses thing. Like, I know they look like normal glasses, but I swear they're tinted. He also is a little bit more comfortable in the dark, so he doesn't have as much of a sanity drain in complete darkness, and no sanity drain during like dusk or the full moon, sort of like low light scenarios. Also, he can't eat cooked foods, so like nothing cooked or cured or no crockpot meals, but he can eat raw foods without any downsides. So like he can eat raw meat and not like lose health from it. Actually, for meat specifically, he gets extra health and hunger from it, because he's a fucking dog. He also has like a huge stomach that drains faster than normal characters, because I thought that would be a fun way to make him, you know, eat like a dog. Ha 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 ha. Technically he can tame hounds because he is a hound, and hounds recognize him as like a hound and are like neutral towards him. But I do not like dogs, so I don't think Where Cherry would like dogs or know how to like control them. So I figured that he'd have like unique follower mechanics for hounds and stuff. They work a little bit different than normal followers. Probably. I haven't thought too deeply about this specific mechanic. Also, as mentioned, he is a reverse werewolf, so he turns human on a full moon. He can go back to eating cooked foods, cured meats, crockpot meals, and get all of the benefits from that, but he gets all of the downsides from like raw foods and stuff. Also, hounds don't recognize him when he's human, so if he has tamed any dogs, they will just try to eat his face during the night. Anyways, that's about it I have for this guy. He's also just like a jerk. He got turned into into a dog when he didn't want to be turned into a dog, and now he's like, okay, well, I guess I will just be mean to people now because I have teeth and I can use them. He's a menace, and I love him. Back to the actual drawing. Drawing this was in fact a challenge. I'm so bad at these proportions. I've been trying to get them right for like the past month, and I still feel like I screwed it up. I'm not used to drawing heads that big, and I like drawing really long legs, or maybe not necessarily like, I just draw legs a lot longer than they ought to be. And so getting that sort of much more squished down body proportions, especially like I noticed the legs themselves are a lot shorter than they would be proportionally with those big heads. Like Were Cherry actually has slightly smaller head than most Don't Starve characters on purpose because it's round to make that snout make sense instead of like the sort of ovally teardrop type shape that most character heads have. But even still, trying to get the proportions right was difficult and annoying. And another thing I found annoying and difficult was actually the sketchy line art, because I actually used to do that before switching to this thick, angular, bold line art style. So like, I thought it would be easier for me to just go back to doing the sketchy thing, but no, it took me a minute to sort it out and figure it out. You can see me like go back and delete lines that I don't like I'm trying to do normal line art, but like, no, this is sketchy. I had to go back over some of the quote-unquote line art I did and make it sketchier. Also, for the turnaround thing, I did just kind of trace in-game models. I don't care. I know it's tracing, but I wanted it done. I don't care. I'm probably never gonna actually draw in-game stuff for him anyways, and the styles between, like, the proportions and the way the lines and sketches and stuff are drawn are different between, like, in-game stuff versus, like, promotional art, versus the shorts even have a different art style, actually. I wanted to get the promo art style good looking, promo/portrait sort of thing. So I don't really care about getting the exact specific in-game proportions right, so I just kind of traced those for the convenience of it. Yeah, I don't care. I also remember the colors being tricky to get right too, but I've been messing with this character design for like a month now, so I had plenty of references to grab it from. But yeah, anyways, here's the finished reference sheet. He is up on Artfight if you want to attack him. I have already gotten an attack from him from a friend. It was very cool. I do have skin ideas for him. I've sketched out a couple of them, but I'm probably not going to turn that into a video. If I ever do make ref sheets of different skins for him, I might just post it like on my Artfight and in a community tab thing. But yeah, he's done and he's on Artfight if you want to attack him. Yeah, that's the video. Like, subscribe, comment your Artfight profile, but just the username. If you post the link, it gets caught as spam. I didn't know that last video. I didn't know that last time. So just post your username, just the username, and then maybe I'll be able to attack you. I sort of bit off more than I could chew with my Artfight plan, so I'm trying, I'm struggling. We'll get there. I also have commissions open if you want them, or you can just tip me. It's not a big deal. Anyways, I have been Cherry, and I don't know, I'm supposed to make a Don't Starve reference here. I need to stay up all night keeping the fire lit so Charlie doesn't get me? I don't know. See y'all next time.